Lithium is essential to modern life. It is the most critical element in the batteries that are electrifying the automobile and transportation industries. It is revolutionizing our electrical grids with green energy storage. It is a key ingredient in pharmaceuticals, and it is necessary for military and defense applications. Bottom line, lithium is essential for a clean energy future and for our national security. Despite this, the United States currently produces less than 1% of the world's lithium supply from one small operation in Nevada. Historically, this was not the case. Starting in the late 1800s, the U.S. was the first to mine and process a lithium-bearing mineral called spodumene from sources in South Dakota and North Carolina. In the 1960s, we developed technology to extract lithium from salty brines in the southwestern United States. Now, as these technologies have been adopted globally, nearly all global production of lithium comes from Australia, China, and South America. As lithium demand continues to skyrocket, we once again are innovating and leading the charge in lithium mining and extraction. This time, we are targeting a brand new type of lithium deposit, volcanic clays located in an old supervolcano along the Nevada-Oregon border called the McDermitt Caldera. New research published in Science Advances indicates that the McDermitt Caldera may be the largest lithium deposit in the world, with as much as 120 million metric tons of lithium metal within the 40 by 30 kilometer wide keyhole-shaped caldera. Previously, researchers believed the Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia was the largest, with approximately 10.2 million tons of lithium metal. To understand the origin of the McDermitt Caldera deposit, we must go back in time to about 17 million years ago. At this time, the Yellowstone hotspot, responsible for the current active volcanism in northwest Wyoming, was located underneath the modern-day Nevada and Oregon border. The hotspot caused widespread melting of the crust and led to the formation of a massive lithium-rich magma chamber. Pressure built up within the magma chamber, leading to the catastrophic eruption of 1,000 cubic kilometers of volcanic material. By comparison, the 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens was merely 3 cubic kilometers. The magma erupted as tuff or ignimbrite, with half of it spreading up to 100 kilometers away from the vent, and the other half ponding within the depression that formed as the roof of the magma chamber collapsed. This giant depression served as a regional low into which surficial waters accumulated and a caldera lake started to form. As the underlying lithium-rich tuff continued to cool and degas, lithium was continuously added into the lake, leading to a very alkaline, high pH, and most importantly, high lithium closed lacustrine system. Muddy gel-like material enriched in lithium began to accumulate at the bottom of the lake, and as it dehydrated and lithified, formed a lithium-rich mineral called smectite. Smectite, formed throughout the whole lake, is a mineral found in other clay-like lithium deposits that occur globally, though most do not have as much lithium because they did not form inside of a caldera. Smectites from the McDermitt Caldera average about 0.3% lithium metal, whereas other smectite deposits are generally 0.1% lithium metal. As the lake continued to accumulate lithium-rich smectite, the magma chamber began to once again show signs of life. In a process called magmatic resurgence, the center of the caldera began to rise, uplift, and fracture the overlying tuffs and sediments. Although this magma did not make it to the surface, lithium-rich hydrothermal fluids associated with the magma rose along fractures in the overlying rocks, and upon reaching the smectite sediments, began to spread laterally in the caldera lake sediments. This caused widespread hydrothermal alteration of much of the smectite-rich sediments to a new lithium-rich mineral called illite. The alteration of smectite to illite occurred just around the modern-day Montana mountains and is most prevalent in the area to the south called Thacker Pass. According to research published in Science Advances, the illite in Thacker Pass averages 1.8% lithium metal when measured in situ. This makes the Thacker Pass illite one of the most lithium-enriched minerals on the planet and the most lithium-rich claystone known. After the illitization event, the lake continued to accumulate sediments and volcanic rocks from some minor eruptions until the whole region underwent basin and range extension a few million years later. During this time, much of the sediments eroded, and the illites at Thacker Pass are now exposed directly on the surface of the Earth. In early 2023, Lithium Americas began construction on the Thacker Pass project. As the United States looks to develop a domestic supply chain for resources critical to our energy security, the large, high-grade lithium deposit at Thacker Pass is poised to play an important role to meet our electrification and national security needs for years to come.